men koma. Ebunye yenu. Si ajide nkoji na ganiru. Biko kanyi wako keda. Weke nene Eze-Ana. Eze-Ana gade. Eze-Ana ugochitubelu. Eze-Ana ugochitubelu. Ọdịnala bụ eziokwu. Ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ. Ịma na o nwere olu na-eti mkpu na-asị ụmụ Igbo chigharịa, ụmụ Igbo chigharịa. Kwa mbọsị ọ na-eti. N'ụtụtụ n'abalị ọ nọ na nkuzi. Eze-Ana, Eze-Ana ugochitubelu, onye ọma na oraifite, onye mgbasa ozi, ozi ọma ọdịnala gaba n'iru. Eze-Ana ugochitubelu, onye ọma nyeje eme ọnụ. Ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ gaba n'iru. Eze-Ana ugochitubelu, onye ọma na oraifite, onye mgbasa ozi, ozi ọma ọdịnala gaba n'iru. Eze-Ana ugochitubelu, onye ọma nyeje eme ọnụ. Ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ gaba n'iru. Eze-Ana ga-adị. Ugochitubelu ga-adị. Ugochitubelu temple ọ ya adị. Maka na eziokwu anwa chacha. Ndị ụka erighị anyị front and back yo. Ndị oche eri anyị front and back. Faji asị kala aka ghọrị ụmụ Igbo si anyị rapụ nke anyị na nke fa ka mma. Bulu Baịbụl bịa akwụkwọ akụkọ mepekwa chọọchị fa okwu n'ụka bịakwa.
Viewers all over the world, my name's Ogbuefi Eze-Ana ugochitubelu oraifite. Oraifite is in Anambra State. Abụ m onye isi nchụaja na ugochitubelu ọdịnala temple. Anyị na-agba afa miri emi ma lụkwazi ọrụ mmụọ dị iche iche. Abụkwazi m onye isi nchụaja na ọdịnala Restoration Evangelical Mission. Bụrụkwazi onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. So you can call me an ordinary evangelist. I will answer. My mission is to help people live better life. Today, our today's topic in Hour of Truth program is spiritual wife, spiritual husband and spiritual wife. Spiritual husband and spiritual wife. If you pay attention to today's lecture, it will not be long. But I can assure you, you will learn something that will change your life for good. It's a fact. Before we proceed, as you are joining us, tell people, if you are watching us from Eze-Ana TV, if you are watching us from television channel administration, tell people about our administration. If you are watching us from social media platforms, share it. As you are doing this, may Chukwokike keep blessing you abundantly. Like I said, let's now dive into main lecture of today. But before we proceed, important announcement. Don't forget that our monthly rituals is still ongoing for the month of July. At the last day of July, we visit the river with eatable things to offer sacrifice on behalf of all. Yes. Then we proceed back to the temple, offer sacrifices, including ram to entities of powers on behalf of all. I can tell you there is massive testimony in this group sacrifice. But as you all know, we don't show testimonies. Yes, our altar in social media platforms. You know why? It's not necessary. It's not why we are here. So, if you are interested in joining us in these our group rituals, from upliftment, breakthrough, and favor, then chat me on WhatsApp. This morning I have gone to the temple to speak positivity, make declaration, and pray upon the lives of those that join us, the friends of the temple and children of the temple, and our fans all over the world. Yes. So let's now proceed into this lecture. Yes. Like I told you, but if you want to join us, remember to chat me on my WhatsApp number 0805 78 37672. I repeat 0805 78 37672 or 0813 82 43871. I repeat 0813 82 43871. Let's now proceed. Spiritual husband and spiritual wife. If you pay attention, we explain what it's all about for you to understand all these spiritual connections. Sometimes some people normally experience some certain things in their life, but because they don't really understand what it means or what is happening in their life at any particular time, most of them will term it na on the water people. Especially when people have sex in the dream, the target not on the mirror is the water people. They term it evil. Yes, but I can tell you, there are so many ways you can encounter your spiritual wife, spiritual spouse. Yes, you can encounter your spiritual spouse. Yes, then some people can see their spiritual spouse when they are fully awake. Some normally see their spiritual spouse when they are in trance. Some see theirs when they are in dream. But no matter how you look at it, the most important thing you know is that you have your spiritual spouse, whether you're a man or you're a woman. If you're a man on earth, she becomes your spiritual wife. If you're a woman, she becomes your spiritual husband. Yes. But this your spiritual spouse is beyond your ndimri. They go follow your water people. Some people have experienced so many things. Some will tell you that this particular opposite sex that normally come to see him, whether he is unconscious or conscious. Now that some of them will tell you that they normally play. Yes. Some will tell you that they will just play, maybe discuss. The way it happens to you is not the way it happens to another person. Just know this. Some will tell you that sometimes they normally see this opposite sex in the world of physical, that he does not know the person facially. But one thing is sure. The thing he or she is sure is that this opposite sex normally visits him or her. Some will give you account that this opposite sex normally come, they will play. Yes, they will play. Some will tell you that they normally visit. They will be gisting, see themselves gisting. And sometimes that spiritual spouse will be telling him or her some certain vital things. Some will tell you that those spiritual spouse, when they come, they normally demand for sex. So The way it happens to you might be different from the way it happens to another person. Do you know there are some people that will even tell you that they do have sex in the dream, but in their own case, when they have sex in the dream, it does not block anything for them. Maybe you have not come across people like that. I can tell you there are some people, even when after having sex in the dream with their sex partner, their spouse in the dream, good things will keep happening to them. Are you surprised? Yes. All this is, it depends on how you prepare yourself, the inner disposition. Yes, how prepared you are, and the inner atmosphere of your spiritual standing. Very important. So, but know it today that we human beings have our spiritual spouse. This spiritual spouse is our spouse we normally make while coming to this earthly world, where there is male and female. So there are some people that has this ability to see their spiritual spouse one on one. They will be discussing. The same way some people has ability to see their spiritual guide. So your spiritual spouse or your spiritual guide, they are different, but they are still your spiritual partners. Is this spiritual spouse most people normally term Ndimri? Yes. Is this spiritual spouse people often go to river to settle? But I can tell you that not every spiritual spouse is of the waters. Not every spiritual spouse is of the waters. That is why some people will tell you that they have done only the water settlements. Then, yet, the spiritual spouse keep visiting them. So it's not every time you have had dream of where a woman opposite sex is visiting you in the dream, you will term it that is of water element. No. That is why some of our brothers, I know some of you must have heard about, some will tell you, then we'll do mmiri, then we'll do. If you got that language before, what they are saying, then we'll do. Yes. So, diwa ka nchọrọ ka nkọwa maka ya. Diwa bụ dị iche from so-called mmiri. Yes. Ọ bụrụ onye ọbụla. No, it's not everybody that's of the waters. Yes. So, the thing is that every human being has spiritual spouse, whether of water or of not water. And know this and know peace. It's not any time you have sex with your spiritual spouse that you will have challenges. I can assure you that some people, even if they have sex in the dreams, the good things that is there for them will still come. Are you following? So it's not everybody that says in the dream destroy things for. There are some people that their spiritual spouse often visit them, give them some tips, give them some luck. Your spiritual spouse, by the time you understand your spiritual spouse, you will notice that your spiritual spouse is there and there to help you. Yes, your spiritual spouse is there to help you. So, whenever you are experiencing some of these spirit visits, sometimes some people normally get confused and term everything evil. That is the reason I encourage you to always have spiritual exercise, because it's only by spiritual exercise you will always connect yourself with your spiritual forces. Your spiritual forces are many, and the more you are aligning yourself and linking yourself with them, believe in me, you will start seeing the benefits. The benefits they bring is too numerous to mention. Like I told you, some certain things will happen to somebody, they will start blaming water people. Maybe especially when they have sex in dream, they will say it's Olumiri, it's the water people. No, it's not true. Like I told you before, having sex in the dreams is not necessarily bad luck. Yes. And having sex in dream is not necessarily that it must be in the Mmiri. No. So many factors can cause it. I told you that being sexually starved can cause it. Watching pornography and nude pictures can cause it. What you carry in the mind before going to bed can actually cause it. Because our mind is like photocopier machine. Whatever you think of, whatever you focus your mind on, their mind can capture it and replay it while at night. So many things Namosu can actually even use those what you often like. If you're a type that normally like sex, they can even use those sex of a thing to take away your glory. We call them highway robbers. These people, these spirits, they operate like, say, they are witches. But in the real sense, their category is different. They operate as if they are witches, Ndamus. But in the right sense, they are not Ndamus. These people are actually a different category of negative energies. These people are what I can describe as highway robbers. So sometimes those highway robbers will come and be taking away what rightly belongs to you. Some people, they will come to you via sex because they like sex. At the end of the day, after having sex, everything crumbles. Some will come, maybe you like food. They can come in the dream and give you food. And after eating those food in the dreams, everything scatters. Yes, it depends. And some of these people that is giving you food in the dream are highway robbers. But I can tell you, there is still some people, they will see if they see themselves in the dreams, whining and dining, eating good food, good meals, enjoying meat. In the next morning, they will receive good news of good things, good tidings, and the merriment follows. Are you following? So it's not everybody that when they see themselves eating in the dreams, it will automatically translate to your negative energy. No. Yes. There are some people that eat in the dreams. Whenever they see themselves eating in the dreams, the next day good things begin to happen. They will see themselves making huge amount of money, merry. The same thing with some people that will see themselves in the dream making love, sex. At the end of the day, they will still see goodies. So it doesn't spoil things for them. So it's not every time you see yourself having sex in the dream, you have already made up your mind that it's in the dream. People normally make awful mistakes. Like one woman that chatted me last night, she kept emphasizing that it's in the dream that is disturbing her. It's a woman. She already believes that it's in the I tell you one, I cannot conclude here by mere chatting or mere because of what you told me conclude that your challenges comes from the moon. Their challenges can come from so many other realms. Let me put it this way. So, but I can tell you, if you pay attention, you will always know where our challenges are coming from. For example, some people will be telling you that they have already done all umri. Why is it that they say have sex in the dream? Why is it that this and that? For them, they said that their spiritual work, water settlement they did is not successful. Who told you that you are seeing as your spouse in the dream, in dreams making love to you does not mean necessarily mean that in the middle is disturbing you. That's what I want to tell you. So sometimes that's why some people after doing their spiritual water work, they say keep persisting. That does not mean that the person that did the work did not try, no. But it could be that what you normally encounter is your viewer. Okay, yes, your earthly spouse. Yes. So there are some certain things you will do in order to correct some certain things. And like I told you, it's only by you always plug yourself with the power source. You will be able to detect. Now Bible, whenever Bible they go see, have discerning spirit, so that he when we came and one name more more house. Mana, if you live your life carnally, you will not be able to ascertain where your force is coming from. Whether those forces coming to you will bring good tidings or not. So everything depends on you. So what I can tell you that not every time you see yourself with opposite spouse in the dreams, you can't beat in the middle. So no. Most of the times it's your spiritual associates that normally come to you in form of opposite sex. But why you don't understand their mission is because you have not activated that your inner being. Activation of that your inner being will give you advantage to ascertain any given spirit that visited you. By so they will be able to understand which and their purpose. But my advice, my admonition is always be in good terms with your spiritual forces. Develop this capacity of asking questions in the dream. Don't be a baby doll in the dream. Some people in dreams, they don't have the urge or the power to say anything. Whatever they see themselves in the dream, they look so quiet in the sense that they're always listening. Sometimes you ask the question to the spirit that is talking to you in the dream. Look, what do you want? Where do you come from? Who are you? If you develop the spiritual strength that you can now withstand those spirits that often visit you and ask them questions, then it means that you are growing spiritually. But if you remain adamant that in your dreams you remains an observer, everything will be happening. You cannot question, you cannot even fight, you cannot ask questions or who you are, where did you come from, what do you want me to do for you, what can I help, what can I do for you, or question like that. By the time you begin to ask these questions in your dreams, it simply means that you have already started regaining your consciousness. Because without regaining your consciousness, you will not be able to ascertain some of these things, where those your forces comes from. And by so doing, you will not be able to get clear pictures after your dreams. But by asking questions, believe in me, they are willing to answer you. But most of the time, because you are not willing, you don't even understand, you don't even ask, then maybe they will not even tell you anything. So as you are hearing my voice today, stop everything, you label it in the middle, and stop this mindset of even if you are going to Libya, you have already zero your mind that is in the middle that is stopping you. Who told you? It's only deep after that we review where your problem actually coming from. And once your problem is your spiritual spouse don't normally give a problem. If you actually align with them, stop being jittery whenever you are in their midst. All this being jittery is because you have not connected yourself with your power source. If you connect yourself with your power source, with time you will be as in looking calm. Whenever the spirit visits you, you will look calm and you will be able to ask questions. So if you are one of those people that if those your spiritual spouse visit you in the dreams, you don't have the the power to ask questions in order to be guided. Rather, you always listen, and while listening, even if something you don't understand the meaning, you will not ask because spiritually you are still an infant. So try to activate your inner power so that tomorrow, if you encounter any of your spiritual spouse, you will be able to ask him or her questions. Develop this consciousness. Is there something you develop? Yes. By the time you develop this boldness, or even while in dreams, it shows that you are spiritually you are growing. But remain adamant or a child perpetually every time. Whenever you see your dream, you lack this boldness to ask any questions, then you are not growing. Work on yourself. So, but know today, we have spiritual spouse known as Diowa. Yes, you will be hearing Diowa. Then they will spiritual spouse that meaning for those of people that are of water. However, for those that not of water, we still have their spiritual spouse. But believe in me, your spiritual spouse is not your enemy, it's not evil spirit. What you need to do is to be at peace with your spiritual spouse. I can tell you, your spiritual spouse will reveal so many things for you. Your spiritual spouse can be visiting you, your spiritual guide can be visiting you. But you need to know who and who. Understand? It depends on your maturity, you'll be able to differentiate this or this. Thank you. Let me stop here. If you have any question in today's lesson, feel free to send message to me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number remains 0805 78 37672. I repeat 0805 78 37672 or 0813 82 43 871. I repeat 0813 82 43 871. See you tomorrow n'oge awa nke eziokwu. Ọ bụrụ na ọnwa ebe oji eji wee chụ aja, wecha na oyibo mee. May the blessing of the Most High, the Creator of the whole universe, be with you and remain with you now and forevermore. Yagazia.